The trailer for Dexter Resurrection, Episode 10, doesn't just tease a final showdown, it feels like a haunting invitation back into Dexter's world of secrets, blood, and unfinished business. Every second of the footage is layered with hints, hidden details, and symbolic shots that promise this episode will not only bring closure, but also shake the audience with shocking revelations. It is not just about survival anymore, it is about destiny, and whether Dexter can ever escape the shadow of the dark passenger that has ruled his life. The very first moments of the trailer are not random, they are carefully chosen to set the mood and plant hidden clues for the audience. We see a dark room, dimly lit, with only a flicker of light cutting through the shadows. This is classic Dexter storytelling, the use of light and dark to symbolize his constant battle between normal life and his deadly urges. That one shot tells us that the episode will be about conflict, not only with others, but inside Dexter himself. The way the camera lingers on the setting suggests something important is about to happen here. This is not just background, it's a stage for the upcoming drama. As the trailer progresses, a close-up of Dexter's face appears, but it is not the calm, calculated Dexter we remember from earlier seasons. His eyes look tired, almost broken, but at the same time there's a flicker of determination. This mix of defeat and resolve shows that he knows the coming events will test him in ways he has never been tested before. He is not the hunter anymore, he is also being hunted. The tension is visible in his expression, and the silence around him only adds to the unease. We then get a quick montage of shots, each one lasting less than a second. A blood-stained knife, Harrison standing in the shadows, and a blurred figure, watching from a distance. These shots work like puzzle pieces, giving us fragments of a bigger picture. The knife is not just a weapon. It is a reminder of Dexter's dark history and the fact that blood always follows him no matter how hard he tries to hide. Harrison's presence in the shadows is powerful too. It suggests that his role is not just secondary anymore. He is stepping into the same world Dexter once ruled, and his choices will decide not only his fate but also Dexter's. The blurred figure is the biggest mystery. Who is watching? Is it a new enemy? Or is it someone from Dexter's past, finally catching up with him? The fact that the trailer doesn't reveal this person's identity shows that this will be one of the main surprises in episode 10. One of the most chilling details comes when we see a brief flash of blood dripping slowly into water. It's a small detail, but it carries heavy symbolism. Water often represents cleansing or rebirth, but when it mixes with blood, it becomes a symbol of tainted purity. This could mean that any hope Dexter has of redemption will be stained by his violent nature. It's a message to the audience that, no matter how much Dexter tries to rise again, the past will always drag him back into darkness. The opening frames of this trailer are not just meant to excite fans, they are designed to make us question what kind of ending we are heading toward. Will Dexter find peace? Or will he be consumed by the chaos he has created? The tone is heavy, the symbolism is layered, and every frame feels like a warning that this episode will push the story to its most dangerous point. The trailer wastes no time, reminding us that episode 10 is not just about Dexter himself, it's about the people who orbit around him, the ones who either anchor him to some sense of humanity or drag him deeper into the abyss. The characters shown in these quick, sharp glimpses each carry a weight that hints at how the final chapter of this arc might unfold. Let's break them down one by one, because every expression, every appearance, and every subtle gesture in this trailer has meaning. The most striking presence is, of course, Harrison. From the moment he steps into the frame, the energy changes. He is not the same confused boy we saw earlier in the season. The trailer shows him in a darker light, literally and symbolically. His face is half hidden in shadows, and when the camera catches his eyes, there is a mixture of pain and determination that feels all too familiar. It's as if we are seeing Dexter's younger self reflected back at him. The father-son dynamic has always been a central tension in this series, but episode 10 looks like it will take that tension to its breaking point. The trailer makes us ask, is Harrison becoming another version of Dexter, carrying his own dark passenger? Or is he preparing to confront and possibly destroy the monster he sees in his father? The ambiguity is deliberate, and it fuels speculation that their relationship may not survive what's coming. Next, we catch sight of Angela, the chief of police and someone who has long suspected Dexter of hiding something. Her brief appearance in the trailer is crucial. She is not shown speaking, but her posture and her sharp, calculating stare suggest that she has pieced more of the puzzle together. For a character like Angela, silence can be louder than dialogue. The fact that she is even included in this trailer tells us her role in episode 10 will be pivotal. She is standing at the edge of truth and duty, and whether she decides to expose Dexter or protect him could change everything. Her storyline carries the weight of justice clashing with personal loyalty, and the trailer teases that she may finally make her move. Another character who flashes across the screen is Kurt, a figure who has already cemented himself as one of the most dangerous antagonists Dexter has faced. His presence in the trailer is brief but unnerving. We see him in a dimly lit space, almost like a predator waiting for the right moment to strike. The way the camera frames him, never giving us a full, clear picture, creates suspense. Kurt is not just a villain. He's a mirror for Dexter, a man who has also lived with his own twisted code. The possibility of their confrontation escalating in this final episode is high, and the trailer is careful not to reveal too much. But the tension in those seconds is enough to remind us that Kurt remains a deadly shadow lurking in the story. Then, there is a moment that truly stands out, a fleeting glimpse of a woman's silhouette in the distance. Her identity is unclear, but the imagery is deliberate. It could be Hannah, Harrison's mother, appearing in some flashback or hallucination. Or it could be another figure from Dexter's past haunting him. The trailer doesn't confirm who it is, but the presence of this mysterious figure is powerful, because it suggests that episode 10 may not only deal with the present conflict but also drag in ghosts from Dexter's history. This adds another layer of psychological tension, as Dexter is not just fighting enemies around him, but also the memories that refuse to die. Finally, we cannot ignore Dexter himself in these character-focused shots. Unlike earlier in the series, where he often maintained a cold composure, here he looks different, more human, more fragile, yet also more dangerous. There are quick flashes of him looking at Harrison, at a knife, and at someone we cannot see. Each expression is heavy with conflict. He is torn between protecting his son, escaping his past, and giving in to the urges that define him. The trailer paints him as both predator and prey, both father and monster. And that duality makes him the most unpredictable piece on the board. Together, these characters form the heart of what the trailer is trying to communicate. Episode Isapulu is not just another chapter, it is the collision point where every storyline, every hidden truth, and every unresolved conflict comes crashing together. Harrison represents the future, Angela represents the truth, Kurt represents the external threat, and Dexter himself is the unstable core holding it all together. Each glimpse is carefully chosen to keep fans questioning alliances, outcomes, and betrayals. The brilliance of this trailer lies in what it doesn't say out loud. It shows us just enough of these characters to fuel our imagination while keeping the final twists hidden. When it comes to Dexter, the devil is always in the details. The episode 10 trailer may look short and straightforward at first, but every single frame has been carefully designed to drop hints, tease themes, and reward fans who know how to look closely. This is not just a trailer, it's a puzzle, and the more you break it down, the more secrets you uncover. Let's walk through some of the most interesting hidden details and Easter eggs that the trailer slips in under the surface. One of the first blink and do miss it moments is the quick shot of a bloodstained knife lying on a wooden table. For longtime Dexter fans, the image of a knife is more than just a murder weapon. It's a symbol of his code, his ritual, and his obsession. The fact that the knife is stained, not clean, feels intentional. Dexter was always precise, always controlled, but here the messiahs suggests something chaotic is coming. It's as if his code is unraveling, and with it, the neat order he once relied on. For fans who remember earlier seasons, this shot recalls the iconic moments when Dexter meticulously cleaned his knives after every ritual, by showing a knife already tainted. The trailer is telling us that things will not be neat or controlled in episode 10. Another detail worth noting is the subtle use of color in the trailer. In several shots, the color red dominates the background, whether through lighting, props, or small details like Harrison's jacket. Red is the most obvious connection to blood, but in Dexter's world it also stands for guilt, temptation, and the constant pull of violence. Fans who pay close attention will notice that every time red appears, it marks a moment of tension or foreshadowing. Harrison standing in red tones, for example, feels like a warning he is not just Dexter's son. He may also be stepping into the same bloody path his father has walked for years. Then comes the chilling image of blood dripping slowly into water. This is more than just a stylistic shot. Water in Dexter's story has always carried symbolic weight. It reminds us of his ocean-dumping rituals, where he tried to wash away his crimes by casting them into the sea. But here, instead of hiding evidence, the blood is contaminating the water. It's a reversal of his old method, suggesting that nothing can be hidden anymore. This detail quietly tells the audience that episode 10 might be the moment where all of Dexter's secrets spill out, staining everything around him. It's a clever callback to his old rituals, twisted into something darker. There's also a freeze-frame moment that reveals a photograph pinned to a wall in the background. It's hard to catch because it flashes for less than a second, but pausing the trailer shows what looks like a family photo. The figures are blurred, but many fans believe this is a callback to Dexter's old life with Rita, reminding us of the cost of his double existence. If this really is a photo of his past, the inclusion of it in the trailer suggests that ghosts of that life will come back to haunt him in episode 10. It's the kind of Easter egg that longtime viewers recognize instantly. A reminder that Dexter's sins don't just vanish, they linger. Another hidden gem comes when we see Kurt, who is framed in front of what looks like a trophy wall. The shot is fast, but if you focus on the background, there are small containers that look eerily similar to the blood slide trophies Dexter used to keep. This could just be clever framing. Or it could be the show's way of highlighting the parallels between Dexter and Kurt, two predators who keep reminders of their kills. If true, this is one of the trailer's darkest Easter eggs, because it reminds us that Dexter is not as unique as he once thought. There are others like him. And episode 10 may be where those dark reflections collide. One more detail that stands out is the appearance of Harrison in a hoodie that looks almost identical to what Dexter wore during some of his stalking scenes in the original series. This might be a simple costume choice, but fans know better. The visual parallel is too strong to be an accident. By dressing Harrison this way, the trailer suggests that he is slowly stepping into his father's shoes. Whether that means he will embrace the darkness or resist it is still unclear, but the imagery is powerful enough to spark debate. It's a visual Easter egg that longtime fans will immediately connect to Dexter's past life as the hidden predator moving through the night. Finally, the most haunting Easter egg of all might be the silhouette of a woman shown briefly in the distance. While the trailer doesn't reveal who she is, fans have speculated that it could be Hannah, Harrison's mother. Even if it's not actually her, the inclusion of a female figure tied to Dexter's past feels deliberate. It could symbolize the people he has lost, the relationships destroyed by his double life, or the maternal figure that Harrison has been missing. The trailer doesn't give us answers, but it leaves us with the impression that episode 10 will dig deeper into the past in ways that connect directly to the present. All of these details in Ev's blood, water, colors, silhouettes, photographs, not random. They are deliberate choices meant to reward sharp-eyed fans and to prepare us for the storm that episode 10 promises. By hiding these Easter eggs in plain sight, the trailer does what Dexter itself has always done best. It shows us enough to keep us hooked, but never enough to let us feel safe. Episode Isapulu isn't just coming, it's creeping closer, frame by frame, and the hidden details remind us that when it arrives, nothing will be left untouched. Every good story carries themes beneath its plot. And the trailer for Dexter Resurrection episode 10 is no different. Beyond the quick flashes of action, the moments of silence, and the glimpses of confrontation, the trailer is asking a larger question. What does it mean for someone like Dexter to be resurrected? Is it a return to life? A second chance? Or just the final act in a cycle of violence that can never end? Let's dive into the themes that the trailer highlights, because they give us a strong idea of what this episode is truly about. The first and most obvious theme is resurrection itself. The title of the season carries this weight, and episode 10 feels like the point where the meaning of that word will be tested. Resurrection, in most stories, suggests rebirth, renewal, and redemption. But in Dexter's world, it feels darker. What rises again may not be pure or whole, it may be something twisted, carrying scars from its past life. The trailer's imagery of blood mixing with water directly ties into this theme. It shows us that resurrection for Dexter is not a clean start but a messy continuation, where old sins leak into the present. The tension lies in whether his resurrection is that of a man trying to rebuild a life, or a monster who cannot die no matter how hard he tries. The second theme woven into the trailer is legacy and inheritance. Harrison's presence in nearly every major shot is no accident. His character is not just Dexter's son. He represents what Dexter leaves behind. Will his son inherit his darkness, his dark passenger, or will he reject it? The trailer constantly frames Harrison in ways that mirror Dexter's past, from his clothing to the way shadows fall across his face. This visual storytelling suggests that episode 10 is as much about Harrison's choices as it is about Dexter's. Legacy in this story is not about passing down wisdom or love, it's about passing down a curse. And the question is whether Harrison can break free from it. Another major theme is truth versus secrecy. From the very first season, Dexter's life has revolved around secrets, hiding his crimes, hiding his urges, hiding his true self. But the trailer for episode 10 hints that these walls of secrecy are crumbling. Angela's suspicious stare, the blurred figure in the shadows, the blood contaminating the water, all of these are symbols that the truth is rising to the surface. In episode 10, it may no longer be about whether Dexter can hide. Instead, the theme may shift to what happens when the truth finally comes out. Can a man like Dexter face the world when there are no more lies to shield him? The trailer suggests that exposure is coming, and with it, the collapse of the life he has tried to hold together. We also see the recurring theme of fatherhood and responsibility. Dexter has always been torn between two identities: the killer who follows the code, and the father who wants to protect his family. These two roles have always been in conflict, and the trailer makes it clear that episode 10 will force him to choose. His glances at Harrison are heavy with guilt and fear. He knows that his darkness may have already poisoned his son, and the weight of responsibility hangs over him. This theme deepens the drama because it's not just about Dexter's survival, it's about the survival of his son's soul. Can he shield Harrison from the monster he is, or is it already too late? That question lies at the heart of this trailer's emotional pull. Another important theme is the cycle of violence. The inclusion of Kurt in the trailer, framed like a dark mirror of Dexter, reinforces this idea. Violence in Dexter's story has never been random, it follows a pattern, a code, a cycle that repeats itself. Dexter kills to satisfy his urges, then tries to live normally, then is pulled back in. Episode 10 looks like the breaking point of this cycle. The trailer's imagery of tainted water, bloody knives, and blurred figures suggests that violence will not only continue but will spread, contaminating those around him. The cycle is not ending, it is evolving, possibly through Harrison. The theme here is that violence, once born, cannot simply be buried. It resurfaces, infects, and reshapes the future.